When I was in the Navy back in the 1980s, I was home ported out of Concord, California at the Naval Weapons Station. Now, every time we would go through the Carquinez Straits, we would go past a tiny little town nestled in the hills, which at that time seemed somewhat strange since it didn't really make sense why it was there, but I didn't really think about it. Now, recently, I was using Google Maps and I spotted this strange little dots in the bay there, which I thought was also a little strange. So I looked it up and I found Port Costa, and I discovered a very small town with a big history. Now, in the last 3/4 of the 19th century, Port Costa used to be the biggest wheat port in the country. Thousands of people there, rowdy, but I decided to visit there just to see. So, what you do is you start along this road here. It's pretty crooked, as you can see. And this is what you get to right after you leave Crockett, which is right off Interstate 80. And after the crookedness, you make a left turn, and you start to go into the town.
And the wheat dock. Well, this used to be the warehouses for the wheat. Alright, so it's time to cross the tracks. These are the United Pacific Line and Amtrak. And as usual, lots of folks out today out fishing. Make sure, nope, nothing's coming. Alright, you gotta walk a little west of the town. Out by the bay there. So as you can see, this is one mother of a pier. And this is what I saw in Google Maps. So the trains, I don't know if you can see it out there, over by the bridge, but the trains would come in from Benicia, come into here, and then they'd head all the way down to Oakland and San Francisco. That's the Transcontinental Railroad. It used to come right through here. That's Benicia over there. First capital of California.
Now, an even more interesting aspect that I discovered was that the issue of the Transcontinental Railroad coming through to avoid the longer trip to the south is where the Central Pacific and then the Southern Pacific ran the largest rail ferry in the world, the Solano. And this ran between Benicia and Port Costa. Now, that thing was big enough to hold 3 full trains. It was that big. It was operated until the 1930s, until the railroad bridge next to today's Interstate 80 was built, at which point the ferry was towed to Antioch and used as a breakwater near the shipyard. In the 1980s, due to the carelessness of some fool lighting fireworks, the ferry burned to the waterline, and today this is all you can see if you visit. That the A-shaped frame thing you see held one of the pistons for the paddle wheel, of which you can see here a scale model which show the relationship of the A-frame to the huge paddle wheels. So that's our trip to this little hidden corner of California history. Thanks for coming along. Hope you thought this was informative or enjoyable. So this is Drew, your ferroequinarchaeologist. I bid you adieu and happy hunting.